Good evening. I'm Sean Farley, Director of Public Affairs for the American College of Radiology. On behalf of the members, guests, and staff of the ACR, I welcome you to this very special evening, honoring ACR's new gold medalists, honorary fellows, Distinguished Achievement Award recipient, and 96 new fellows. Leading our processional tonight is Dr. Marta Hernandez-Schulman, the ACR's Vice President, carrying the ceremonial ACR mace, which was first used at the ACR's 50th anniversary meeting back in 1973. Now, the history of the mace can be found in your program. Following Dr. Hernandez-Schulman is the President of the College, Dr. James A. Brink. Chair of the Board of Chancellors, Dr. Geraldine B. McGinty. Vice Chair, Dr. Howard B. Fleischon. Secretary-Treasurer, Dr. James V. Rawson. Speaker of the Council, Dr. Timothy L. Swan. And Vice Speaker, Dr. Richard Duzak, Jr. Following Dr. Duzak is our invited clergy, Rabbi Sarah Krinsky, Assistant Rabbi at Addis Israel in Washington, D.C. Next up in the procession are additional members of the ACR's Board of Chancellors. Drs. Richard A. Barth, Jacqueline A. Bello, Claire E. Bender, Lori Ann Dayett, Keith J. Dreyer, C. Matthew Hawkins, William T. Harrington, Andre A. Konski, Frank J. Lexa, Katarzyna J. Matsura, Maharabapa Mahesh, Mary C. Mahoney, who is unable to be here tonight, Alan H. Matsumoto, William D. Miller, Alexander Norbash, Robert S. Pyatt, Jr., Dana H. Smetherman, Jonathan B. Kruskal, Richard Strax, and Pamela K. Woodard. Now I'd like to ask those on stage to please be seated. Now we proudly introduce our two new gold medalists, each of them escorted by a member of the ACR Board of Chancellors. Dr. Bibb Allen, Jr., escorted by Dr. Ezekiel Silva III. And Dr. Manuel L. Brown, escorted by Dr. Don C. Yu. Following the new gold medalists are our two new Honorary Fellows, each of them escorted by a member of the ACR Board of Chancellors. Dr. Song-Hyuk Kim, escorted by Dr. Lincoln L. Berlin. And Dr. Ann W. M. Lee, escorted by Dr. Seth A. Rosenthal. Following the new Honorary Fellows is our new Distinguished Achievement Award recipient, escorted by a member of the ACR Board of Chancellors, Mr. James L. Morrison, escorted by Dr. Beverly G. Coleman. All right, next entering the ballroom are the ACR's new fellows. They will each be recognized by name when they receive their certificates later on in tonight's program. I now would ask our new fellows to please take your seats. And now I would like to turn the podium over to our president, Dr. James A. Brink.
Thank you, Sean. Honored guests, members of the Board of Chancellors, ladies and gentlemen, this is the formal convocation of the American College of Radiology. At the beginning of our convocation, it is fitting that we turn to the giver of all talent, all intellect, all service, our divine creator. We are privileged to invite Rabbi Sarah Krinsky to give our invocation. Please rise.
Elohei harishonim v'ha'achronim, Eloach kol briot, Adon kol toladot. God of all ages, God of all creatures, Master of all generations, you guide the world with love and its creatures toward compassion. In this spirit, with you as our guide, we ask for your blessing. We ask for your blessing on this sacred occasion, a gathering of people who know what it can do to the soul to seek community, company, and camaraderie from and among like-minded colleagues. A gathering of people who know what it can do to one's sense of purpose, to recommit to the values that guide and shape their work, values of leadership, integrity, of quality, and innovation. A gathering of people who know what it can do to a field of knowledge, to honor, celebrate, and pay tribute to those on the forefront of advancement, to the new fellows, Distinguished Achievement Awardee, Honorary Fellows, Gold Medalists, and all those who have nurtured them, supported them, and brought them to this moment. We ask for your blessing on this sacred occasion. We ask for your blessing on this sacred vocation, on the practice of seeing through, inside of, and deep into the heart of our wondrous, miraculous, and mysterious bodies, on the practice of serving the medical community and public good by bringing forth the tools and technologies both to cure and also to heal, on the practice of helping to recognize and restore the dignity of each human soul through care that is compassionate, practitioners that are passionate and sensitive, through medical and scientific breakthroughs that have the capacity to improve and save lives. We ask for your blessing on this sacred vocation. And finally, Borei Refuot, God who brings about healing, we pour out our blessing to you for the sacred opportunity to do your work in this world, to use the wise and discerning minds you have placed in us to uncover and create miracles of our own, to use the open hearts you have placed in us to make us ever kinder practitioners and healers, to use the sacred time we have on earth to make a mark, to leave behind a world that is wiser, kinder, and farther along the journey of advancement and progress than the one we entered. For all you have blessed us with, and for all the blessing we have the privilege to bring about and bestow, we are grateful. Amen.
Please be seated. We are called together this evening first to honor diagnostic radiologists, interventional radiologists, radiation oncologists, nuclear physicians, and medical physicists who have attained noble stature in our specialty. In recognition of their achievements, they are to receive the degree of Fellow of the American College of Radiology. We also recognize an individual this evening for his notable service to the college and our profession at the national level, our Distinguished Achievement Award recipient. We then have two distinguished physicians who, through their work in Korea and Hong Kong, have contributed to the advancement of radiology worldwide, our new Honorary Fellows. This evening, we also pay homage to two ACR members for their distinguished and extraordinary service to the college and the discipline of radiology, our new Gold Medalists. Initially, and most importantly, we celebrate our new Fellows. Fellowship in the American College of Radiology is an honor not given for the asking. It must be earned by a member through his or her endeavors to advance our profession and serve our patients. The bylaws of the college require nomination of a candidate for fellowship by the state chapter of which the candidate is a member, or by 2 fellows, one of whom is not associated with the nominee in practice. A member of the college only becomes eligible for nomination after a minimum of 10 years as a full member of the college. The candidate's qualifications are investigated, and the member must receive the approval of the Committee on Fellowship Credentials before election by the Board of Chancellors. Less than 10% of all ACR members achieve the distinction of fellowship. All of the qualifications for this exclusive group have been met by each of the candidates here tonight. I now call upon the Chair of the Board of Chancellors, Dr. Geraldine B. McGinty, to address the candidates for the degree of fellowship in the American College of Radiology.
Thank you, President Brink. Ladies and gentlemen, the American College of Radiology seeks to serve humanity by developing and exemplifying the highest traditions of medicine. In accepting fellowship in the college, you pledge yourself to abide in strict accord with its principles and declarations, and to practice radiology in a way that reflects credit upon it and upon you. You further promise to do all in your power to advance the science and art of radiology and to extend the prestige and influence of the American College of Radiology so that it may better serve the people of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the President will now administer the Pledge of Fellowship. Will the candidates and board please stand?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fellowship Pledge of the American College of Radiology requires that you continue to uphold the ethical standards promulgated by the American College of Radiology, to strive constantly to advance your knowledge, to provide your services freely to those unable to pay for them, to be sensitive to the needs and aspirations of the society in which you live and practice, and to help advance the status of radiology through teaching those desirous of learning. Fellowship candidates, please raise your right hand. Do each of you reaffirm your determination to place the welfare of your patients before all other considerations in your practice of radiology? Do you pledge yourself to abide by the principles and tenets set forth in the Pledge of Fellowship? In accordance with the bylaws of the American College of Radiology and by the authority vested in me, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree of Fellow in the American College of Radiology. Please lower your hands. Everyone, please be seated. When Dr. McGinty reads your name, please come forward and receive your degree as a Fellow of the American College of Radiology, and then return to your seat.
David George Andrew Alexander. Cameron Ali. Syed Ali. Evelyn Young Anthony. Kurt F. Anzalotti. Kwesi Oforsi Arma. Michael Kemal Atale. Sarah Stansbury Avery. Laura Barkey. Rodolfo Jose Blandon. Donna Jeanette Blankenbaker. William R. Bodner. Scott Allen Bundy. Sammy Chu. Jacob Cinnamon. Susan Ann Danahy. Progan Das. Peter L. Davis. Brian Anthony Dickerson. Kevin Webster Dickey. John F. Dunnell. Jeffrey W. Dunkel. Michael C. Farah. Joel P. Felmley. Edgar Scott Ferguson. Stephen Lewis Ferrara. Alex Harris Frank. Stephen J. Frank. Richard J. Friedland. Russell Clinton Fritz. Elon Gale. Christopher Michael Gaskin. Phyllis Glantz. John D. Gorman. Kathleen R. Gundry. Atul Kumar Gupta. Carolyn A. Hare. James Rufus Halama. Suzanne M. Hand. Nicholas James Hugiandrio. Peter Sven Hansen. Alphonse H. Harding. Monty Lance Harville. Mark E. Healy. Daniel R. Hightower. John J. Hines. Mark Joseph Hogan. Gregory P. Holdener. John M. Holland. Abid Irshad. John Arthur Jacobson. Mahesh V. Jayaraman. Mary Elizabeth Jensen. Pamela T. Johnson. Lyndon Kirkman Jordan. Shalom Kalnicki. Baljendra S. Kapoor. Stacy J. Keene. Anya Marie Kelly. Brian F. King. Anders Mark Knudsen. Stephen Thomas Krukeberg. Jonathan B. Kruskal. Drew L. Lambert. Christopher Joseph Lasanti. Gregory Logsdon. W. Scott Lynn. Joshua M. MacDonald. Archie Roland McGowan. Michelle L. Maloney. Mitchell Allen Miller. Robert L. Mittle, Jr. Kambiz Mutamidi. Mohammed Naim. Jason Jonathan Nadich. Richard D. Norfolk. John Nicholas Nichols. Paul Nicolaitis. Adam Dale Olson. Randolph Kevin Otto. Mitchell Terry Pace. Vincent L. Perez. C. Christopher Pittman. Joseph F. Pollock. Glenn Lee Pride, Jr. Michael Anthony Rayburn. David Wesley Rowe. John Cullen Ruff. Mark L. Sobchak. Susan Somerton. Richard M. Thompson. Neha Vopiwala. Lisa Tomiko Watanabe. Charles Edward Willis. Dennis William Wolfeck. Mark Ming-Yi Ye.
So now would the board and audience please stand and extend one more time warm congratulations to our new fellows of the American College of Radiology. Please be seated. Tonight we will recognize an honoree in the category of Distinguished Achievement Award. This award is given in recognition of distinguished service to the college and the profession of radiology at the national level. Eligible for this recognition are individuals who deserve significant recognition by the college, but who are not eligible for the gold medal. This year, the ACR recognizes the distinguished achievements of the following individual: Mr. James L. Morrison. Now, will Mr. Morrison please join me at the podium? Jim Morrison received a Bachelor of Science degree from the United States Military Academy at West Point in 1966, a Master's in Radiological Physics from Columbia University, and a Master's degree in Systems Management from the University of Southern California. He came to the ACR in 1995 with a stellar background in medical physics and radiology administration and outstanding leadership skills after completing over 29 years of commissioned service in both the U.S. Army and U.S. Public Health Service. While in the Army, he worked primarily as a radiological physicist in a clinical radiology oncology setting. His next 21 years as a commissioned officer in the U.S. Public Health Service were spent working for the FDA in the Bureau of Radiological Health and Center for Devices and Radiological Health. While at the FDA, he helped develop national and international radiation safety guidelines, including the implementation of the Mammography Quality Standards Act of 1992. He also helped develop programs to address a variety of medical device adverse incidents. Highlights of Jim's ACR career as Assistant Executive Director and Executive Vice President include oversight of the Departments of Administration, Meeting Services, and Member and Chapter Services. He also staffed the Council Steering Committee and Council activities and was instrumental in expanding the physician volunteer programs. He was an important leader in the formation of the Resident and Fellows and Young Professionals sections of the ACR and the development of the ACR Chapter Recognition Program. His efforts led to the strong volunteer structure of the ACR that we enjoy today. In his final contribution, Jim also oversaw the renovation of the ACR headquarters offices. More important than all of the accomplishments that I have listed above is Jim's ability to provide sage advice and a calming influence in challenging times and situations. Time and again, his insights and wisdom helped guide the ACR to move in the right direction. His devotion and integrity were often inspiring. It is said that a most valuable player is the person who makes all of his or her teammates better, and that certainly is true of Jim. Based on these exceptional achievements and his long-standing service to the college, it is my distinct pleasure to award the ACR Distinguished Achievement Award to James L. Morrison.
Thank you very much. I would like to begin by expressing my sincere thanks to those who put forth my nomination, to the Committee on Awards and Honors, and to the Board of Chancellors. I am truly honored and humbled. Being here with the college's latest gold medalists, Bibb Allen and Manny Brown, both of whom I've known for many years, makes this evening even better. When I was notified of this award, it brought to mind something I learned back in the summer of 1962 as a new cadet at West Point. As a new cadet, I was required to memorize a lot of trivia, which I had to recite on demand from an upperclassman. Most of it was contained in a small book called the Plebe Bible. However, my squad leader had me and my fellow squad members memorize something not found in that Plebe Bible. And it went like this: everything I am and everything I hope to be, I owe to my first Beast Barracks squad leader, Roy Buckner. Now, Mr. Buckner was an excellent squad leader, but I'm sure you all agree that's a bit over the top. But the reason that I mention it tonight and that it's always been on my mind, okay, is that I found a lot of truth in the beginning of that statement. That is, everything I am and everything I hope to be, I owe to. There's a long list of people I am indebted to. It starts with my parents. It includes teachers, scout leaders, coaches, people I've worked for, people I've worked with. With that in mind, everything that I'm being recognized for tonight, I owe not only to those who helped shape me into the manager that I was, but more directly to the ACR members and staff that I worked with over my 18 years of service. My receiving this honor would not be possible without the hard work and dedication of those people. That list starts with Harvey Neiman, the CEO during most of my career at the ACR. When Harvey assumed the CEO role, he and the board wanted the ACR to be much more than it was. He asked all of us to get out of our comfort zones and strive to make the ACR the best it could be. For a while, it seemed like there were new projects each and every week. That was challenging, but it was also exciting. Other than the challenges he gave us, what I appreciated most was Harvey's not micromanaging. He set the goals for me, but it was up to me to figure out how to achieve those goals. In order to achieve our member services goals, my staff and I worked closely with members of the board, the council steering committee, chapter officers and members, as well as residents and young physicians. I appreciate and thank all of those members for giving of their time and talents to help make the ACR a better place for you. While ideas and challenges are great, it takes staff to achieve those goals. I owe a lot of thanks to my 3 senior directors for many years, Jan Cox, Pam Meckler, and Brad Short, as well as to their staffs. Without their hard work, I would not be receiving this award. I may have been the coach, but they were the players who scored the goals. Thank you to all of you. Also playing a very significant role in my receiving this honor is the support I and my staff received from my fellow, at that time assistant executive directors, now executive vice presidents, and their staffs. The excellent tangible benefits that you enjoy in education, economics, government relations, quality and safety, research, and IT are their work products. Providing you with those benefits made our responsibility for member recruitment and retention easy. Teamwork was something I stressed during my working life, and exemplary teamwork was something I saw in action day in and day out at the ACR. My thanks to all the ACR staff for all you did for me and all you continue to do for the members. Finally, on behalf of my wife, Jerry, and myself, I want to thank the present and past members of the Council Steering Committee, the Board of Chancellors and their spouses, who took us in as family right from the start. Your friendship has and continues to mean a lot to us. My thanks, too, to Bill Thorworth and Ken Karatke. I didn't have the pleasure of working for Bill, but I appreciate his and Ken's continuing to make me and Jerry welcome at the ACR. Thank you again for all you have done for me and for this honor.
We now come to a very special distinction, the degree of Honorary Fellow in the American College of Radiology. This recognition is bestowed upon distinguished individuals who, by virtue of residence, education, profession, or location of board certification, are ineligible for admission as members of the college other than as honorary fellows. This year, we have invited two outstanding leaders to join our fellowship. The 2019 ACR Honorary Fellows are Dr. Seung-Hyup Kim of Seoul National University Hospital and Medical College in Seoul, Korea, and Dr. Ann W.M. Lee of Pamela Yud Netherseoul Eastern Hospital in Hong Kong. Our honorary fellows are both here this evening and are well known to many of us through their strong ties with colleagues in the United States and at the ACR. Now will Dr. Seung-Hyup Kim please join me at the podium. The Korean word for radiology is Yeongsangyeo Hakhwa. Are you okay? The Korean word for excellence is Usu. I would say that very few individuals exemplify and embody these two words, excellence in radiology, more than Dr. Kim. Other words and phrases that have described him are a superb radiologist, an excellent teacher, exemplary, and a true gentleman. One individual said, "Not only is he an academician, but he has devoted years and extensive effort in advancing radiology and uroradiology in Korea and Asia, and consequently elsewhere in the world." As a young man and student, Dr. Kim did not intend to become a doctor. He was interested in animals, especially fish, and in photography, hobbies he continues even today. He says this love of biology and images may have led to a career in radiology. When he started his career as a radiologist at Seoul National University Hospital, fortune struck when those senior to him took the specialties within the larger parts of the body. Only urogenital radiology was vacant, and Dr. Kim happily took it. Some years later, in 1989, Dr. Kim became a visiting radiologist at the University of Pennsylvania, where his mentor was Dr. Howard M. Pollack, a pioneer of uroradiology. Dr. Pollack had vast collections of teaching files that he used to prepare for his classic textbook, Clinical Urography. Dr. Kim observed how Dr. Pollack collected, categorized, and retrieved these files using state-of-the-art technology. He used the ACR Index, a computer database that could be accessed remotely from any network computer, and allowed radiologists to access a list of radiological diagnoses. Dr. Kim used this same online index to research and publish Radiology Illustrated, Uroradiology, a tool used by practicing radiologists around the world. Dr. Kim has since published numerous books, chapters, and hundreds of papers, as well as made frequent presentations and lectures in his home country and internationally. Dr. Kim currently serves as Professor of Radiology and Urology at Seoul National University College of Medicine, but his contributions reach far beyond the classroom. He serves on various committees and is president-elect of the World Federation for Ultrasound in Medicine and Biology, a global organization dedicated to the advancement of ultrasound by encouraging research, promoting international cooperation, disseminating scientific information, and improving communication and understanding in the world community using ultrasound in medicine and biology. Dr. Kim believes that through this award, ACR is acknowledging not only his career in Korean and international radiology, but also the efforts of the Korean Society of Radiology, for which he serves as immediate past president. For his outstanding professional accomplishments and worldwide contributions to the understanding of the urogenital system and its imaging, the American College of Radiology is pleased to present Dr. Kim with honorary fellowship.
Thank you, Dr. Brink. It is my great honor and privilege to become an honorary fellow of ACR. I thank all ACR members, ACR leaders, and Dr. Won-jae Lee, Dr. William Bush, and Dr. Harvey Nissenbaum, who kindly recommended me as the ACR fellow. Looking back my life as a radiologist, I'm really glad that I devoted my entire life as a urogenital radiologist. When I was starting my career as a radiology faculty at Seoul National University Hospital, The only field left behind was urogenital radiology, as Dr. Brink said. And because the most popular areas like abdomen, chest, and brain were already taken by my seniors, so there was no other choice for me but take urogenital as my specialty. Thanks to this forced choice, which resulted in unexpected blessing in the end, I really enjoyed my career as a urogenital radiologist for 32 years. I believe that I have been also blessed for having met so many great teachers and mentors throughout my career. Dr. Man Chung Han, who is also an Honorary Fellow of ACR, has been always my great teacher. He emphasized why international cooperation is important and gave me so many advices regarding what I needed to do. While I was in University of Pennsylvania as a visiting professor back in 1989, Dr. Howard Pollack was my great mentor in the field of uroradiology. I learned how he teaches his residents and the way he communicates with his colleagues. I also learned from him how to collect, categorize, and retrieve materials for teaching and writing by using ACR Index. American College of Radiology also helped a lot my career as a radiologist. While I was serving as the president of the Korean Society of Radiology, many members told me that they learned to a great extent from ACR how a society leads others with systematic policy guidance. On behalf of all members of the Korean Society of Radiology, I would like to express special thanks to ACR for what Korean Society of Radiology could accomplish through the keen relationship with American College of Radiology. Another big blessing, I think, for me is that I have a lifelong best friend who is alumna of my elementary school and always with me for more than 40 years, my dearest wife, Byung-hee. She is also a great teacher to me, and I often learn from her how to do when things are confused and in trouble. With thanks to all of you here again, I would humbly accept this another big blessing, Honorary Fellow of ACR. Thank you.
Now, will Dr. Ann W.M. Lee please join me at the podium? Like many of us, Dr. Lee set her sights on radiology during medical school, where she saw imaging's potential to improve the lives of patients. However, upon graduation, aspiring diagnostic radiologists in Hong Kong were required to complete 1 year of clinical work before pursuing the specialty. Dr. Lee spent that year studying clinical oncology, which paired perfectly with radiology in her future career in radiation oncology. After training, Dr. Lee zeroed in on nasopharyngeal cancer, which is especially prevalent in Hong Kong, where some of the highest incidences in the world are found. The disease often presents in advanced stages, increasing the urgency of developing effective detection and treatment. Dr. Lee saw the need for standardized treatment protocols and reimagined staging of the disease, and she set out to make a difference in the lives of patients. Over the course of her career, she has explored concurrent or sequential systemic therapy, dose timing, and radiation therapy techniques. Her 10-year clinical trial confirmed significantly improved tumor control when using radiotherapy plus concurrent and adjuvant chemotherapy over radiotherapy alone. This research enhanced our understanding of chemoradiotherapy for nasopharyngeal cancer and is now the basis of the standard of care. Her most recent research emphasized the use of molecular predictors of outcomes and prioritized preserving quality of life for patients. The improved outcomes have changed the relevance of historical prognostic factors to the extent that a new staging system was needed. And who better to develop this new system than Dr. Lee? Over the course of Dr. Lee's career, the age-standardized incidence rate for nasopharyngeal cancer has decreased by 70%, and the corresponding mortality rate has decreased by 71.4% from 1983 to 2016. The 5-year cancer-specific survival for nasopharyngeal cancer has increased from 50% in the late 70s to 85% in this decade. These remarkable improvements were in large part due to the pioneering work of Dr. Lee. To quote Drs. S. Donaldson and Q. Lee of Stanford in their supporting letter, Dr. Lee is one of the most influential radiation oncologists in Asia, while being a quiet, humble, efficient, and effective leader. Based on these enduring accomplishments, the American College of Radiology is pleased to present Dr. Lee with Honorary Fellowship.
Dr. Brink, Dr. Magenti, Board of Chancellors, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, this honorary fellowship is indeed an enormous honor that is beyond my widest dream. It's particularly humbling to know that the first and the only person ever awarded the same honor was Professor John Ho, who we respected as the father of radiology in Hong Kong. John was my first boss and mentor, and it's under his inspiration and guidance that I started my professional journey in clinical oncology and took up research on nasopharyngeal cancer as my lifelong hobby. And so, an important development in my career is a very special chance of being sent to North America for further training. And this was made possible by a foundation which was set up by a patient. And so to him, I remain always most grateful. My clinical attachment at the Stanford University was a mind-opening experience. In addition to learning from my second mentor, Dr. Saul Rosenberg, I was also blessed with great teachings by many teachers, Dr. Sarah Donaldson, Dr. Richard Hoppe, Dr. Don Goffenett, and Dr. Willard Fee. It's from them that I learned the American spirit of striving for excellence and also meticulous research to learn from every single patient. And through the years, I'm also privileged to learn from many great heroes in our field. And I would like to particularly thank Dr. Lester Peters and Dr. Jack Fowler. It was their heartwarming encouragement and advice that helped me through many difficult times. Nasopharyngeal cancer is one of the most challenging cancers. High incidence in Southeast Asia. It was a death sentence in the past before the advent of radiotherapy. The anatomy is so complex. It's definitely a cancer that needs close collaborations, partnership between radiation oncologists and our diagnostic radiologist. So throughout the years, we were very grateful there are so many people who are dedicated to the research on this disease, and it's very gratifying to see the reduction of both incidence and mortality by over 70% in the past 30 years, and cancer-specific survival now reaching up to 85%. So at the moment, we are working closely with IAEA to hope to help more low middle-income countries to improve their outcome. So this honor, in recognition of our work, goes not only to me, but all the dedicated colleagues from Hong Kong. And this nomination is especially meaningful because this nomination is supported by my mentor, Dr. Sarah Donaldson, and also my good friend, Krinsky from Stanford University. Sarah has been a very special role model, not only for her selfless dedication to our profession, but also for her overwhelming care to nurture young doctors as always. And furthermore, this nomination is very meaningful because this is initiated by Dr. Simon Lowe, who is a junior colleague, a young colleague that worked with me in the same department back in Hong Kong in the 1990s. So we are so happy and so proud that he has now developed such a successful career in the US. Last but not the least, I wish to dedicate this honor to my parents and also to my loving sister, Marianne, who is in the audience today. It's their forever love that give me the best chance for education, the true meaning of life, and the strength to fight against cancer for my patients, my family, and my friends. Once more, my deepest gratitude to ACL for this enormous honor. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this convocation now directs itself to an inspiring occasion. This evening we will bestow American College of Radiology's highest honor. We will engrave 2 more names, adding even more luster to our most distinguished roster, the recipients of the Gold Medal of the American College of Radiology. Our gold medalists this year are my dear friends and colleagues, and I personally cherish the time I have spent working with these 2 outstanding leaders in our field on issues for our specialty and our patients. It is therefore a privilege and honor for me to present the Gold Medal of the American College of Radiology to Drs. Bibb Allen and Manuel Brown. Will Dr. Bibb Allen please join me next at the podium? Bibb Allen, a force in the radiology community and the medical community as a whole, started his career with an internship and 2 years in general surgery and research at the University of Alabama Hospital. His low back didn't take to standing over patients in the OR, and so the radiology community had the good fortune of a career change. He completed his residency in diagnostic radiology at Baptist Medical Center in Birmingham and an abdominal imaging fellowship at Georgetown University Hospital. Following that, he returned to Birmingham and joined the Birmingham Radiological Group, where he remains and has served as residency program director for the past 27 years, a feat his colleagues say is highly unusual for a private practice radiologist, possibly unmatched by any other, and exemplifies a level of educational expertise possessed by few. Bibb's involvement with the ACR started in the early 90s as an officer for the Alabama State Chapter and working as a member of the Alabama Medicare Carrier Advisory Committee regarding local Medicare coverage issues. From there, he suggested to the Commission on Economics that the college develop a network of the State Carrier Advisory Committee representatives, which became the ACR Carrier Advisory Committee Network, a group that he later chaired. Bibb then became a state counselor and member of the Council Steering Committee. Probably more than anything else, Bibb is known for his outstanding work on economics and government relations. Colleagues note that his knowledge and attention to the details of this complex subject is tremendous, and that his ability to explain complex economic issues to the practicing radiologist and articulate the ACR's work on their behalf is superb. His expertise in economics and his effective Southern diplomacy resulted in his appointment as the ACR advisor to, and later the ACR member of, the AMA Specialty Society Relative Value Scale Update Committee, the infamous RUC. Within the Commission of Economics, he served as chair of the Carrier Advisory Committee Network and Reimbursement Committee before his election to the ACR Board of Chancellors, where he assumed the role as chair of the Commission on Economics. After serving on the ACR Board of Chancellor, Bibb was elected vice chair and subsequently chair of the board and later ACR president. As ACR president, Bibb also chaired the Commission on Membership and Communications. During his tenure of board leadership, he facilitated the development of the Imaging 3.0 initiative and worked closely with other radiology societies to ingrain the quality and value message into the radiology culture. After his term as ACR board chair, he has stayed involved in important issues facing radiology, including artificial intelligence, currently serving as Chief Medical Officer of the ACR Data Science Institute. Colleagues have emphasized Bibb's humble and easy yet firm nature as part of that ineffable quality which makes him the highly effective statesman he is. With all he has quietly accomplished, one characteristic stands out above all, one colleague says, and explains why he is such an effective ambassador and spokesman for radiologists and the medical community. Bibb is a true gentleman. Based on this remarkable career, it is my pleasure to award the ACR Gold Medal Award to Dr. Bibb Allen.
Wow. Jim, thank you so much. I'm absolutely floored. I don't know really what to say, but I'm going to say some stuff. So here you go. Obviously, I'm so honored to be standing here today with all of our new fellows, our other honorees, and on the shoulders of all of the past gold medalists and all of those who have done such great work for our specialty in the past. I'm truly humbled to be now part of that group. And I'm deeply grateful to, obviously, the Honors and Awards Committee for thinking of me and for the board and approving their recommendation. And thank you, Jim, thank you, Geraldine, and all of my colleagues on the current board, as well as Jim Thrall, Van Moore, John Patty, Paul Ellenbogen, and all the board and council steering committee members that I worked with over the years. Thank you, Cindy Moran, Angela, Katie, Pam, everybody in the economics department that helped us tread all of those turbulent waters for those years. And really, every physician and every staff member that I worked with, all of this. These tremendous volunteers and ACR staff have made everything that we've done possible, and I cannot thank you enough. Working with all of you has been, without question, the highlight of my professional life. And I'd love to take the time to thank each and every one of you personally, from Neil Templeton, Jim Moorfield, Bill Thorworth, and Jim Borgstead, who were kind of there at the beginning, and now all the way to Keith Dreyer, Mike Tilken, Laura Coombs, and Chris Tremmel at the Data Science Institute. All of my new physician staff colleagues in the DSI. And I did it even though it would take too long. So I'm so grateful for all the encouragement that you have given me over all of these years. Because, you know, it's hard, often hard for community practice radiologists like me to find opportunities to really engage in impactful work that's not clinical. Being able to do non-interpretive activities that can have an impact on others in our profession. And the college gave me that opportunity, and I don't regret 1 minute. The opportunities not only to work with the college, but then as time went on, the opportunities to collaborate with other societies in radiology. You know, I always say that one of the biggest benefits to me for service in organized medicine is the fabulous people you get to meet. And Leslie and I cherish all of our great friends now that we have made for our extended ACR and radiology family. Perhaps like many of you, I started out working in the college to help my practice, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that I had at our state chapter, providing a pathway for me to be involved in the college. And like I tell people, if you hang around long enough, you finally learn something. And maybe I learned a little bit enough to give back to the specialty. And so that's has been really, really a highlight, being part of the process of moving our specialty from a focus on volume to one primarily focused now on value, with Geraldine and Rich Duzak and Becky Haynes and so many others, and now seeing that transformation occur and how it's permeating all of our specialty societies is incredibly exciting for me. But there will always be challenges to come, and I would like to add specifically my congratulations to each and every one of the new fellows here today, and challenge all of you to keep going, to make a difference, keep making a difference in our specialty, because you are the strength of the college. It's not us gold medalists, it's not any particular officer or any leader, but rather the teams of our volunteers and the teams of staff that work together on behalf of our specialty to do the things that the college does. Now, some of you may be toward the end of your career, and that's fine, but you can be a mentor. Some say, Geraldine McGinty, for instance, say I'm one of their mentors. Now, I know most of you really wouldn't believe that someone as accomplished as Geraldine would consider me a mentor, but I know it's true because I've seen it on Twitter. So, but in all seriousness, I found that it's working like people. When you work with people like Geraldine and Zeke Silva, I've learned way more from them than I ever taught them, and that's one of the really opportunities of mentorship that should never be missed. So I'm so grateful to our thousands of member volunteers, to our greatest staff in organized medicine. It's a fabulous team that brings out the best in our specialty. And, you know, I'm biased, okay, but I really do consider the college and all we do the best society in organized medicine. And I've been around. Well, as all the volunteers have found at one time or another, it's not always easy being a volunteer. I've been told that it's a fault that I can never say no, but I have to say I come back naturally. My father was the same way. He was always volunteering for something, and I have to say how excited, proud, and happy Mom and Dad would be for me if they were still alive. But I do want to say that my sister and husband are here. They've made the trip, and that really is the next best thing to having that close family here. But for all of us who volunteer, for those who do it, it has to be a team effort, and our families are always part of that team in order for us to contribute. So I'm pleased that both my children, Sarah Emily and Leslie, are here today with their significant others. They always understood the missed ball games, the dance recitals, and other days. And as our day jobs get busier, it's harder and harder at home to find the time. And so I'm so grateful to my partners who worked around my schedule so I could find the time to do all the things that we've had to do. But the real thanks go to my wife, Leslie. Sometimes I can't tell whether she likes me more or less because of all this, the last-minute trips, the conference calls, in the middle of a party, missing friends' children's wedding. But no matter, she always supported the decisions that I made. And it's a journey we're making together, and for that I am eternally grateful. None of this would be possible without her. And so I just want to say thank all of you again, the highlight of my professional career. Thank you very much.
Will Dr. Manuel L. Brown please join me at the podium? If we forget for a moment about Dr. Manny Brown's many awards, a substantial body of published research, and his leadership for a host of boards and committees, His colleagues over a 40-plus year career would remind us that he has served as a mentor to countless other radiologists. While he was growing up, Manny had an uncle who was a radiologist. At the time, he found the idea boring and planned a career as a chemist or lawyer. However, on a 6-month European tour between his junior and senior years in college, he visited the International Museum of Surgical Science, a trip that entranced him. He decided to go to medical school, undeterred by his advisor at the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor, telling him he wasn't going to be accepted. So much for that advice. Following his own training, Manny served on the faculty of both the Mayo Clinic and the University of Pittsburgh, rising to the position of Vice Chair of Radiology before being lured to his current position as Chair of the Department of Radiology and the Zoltan J. Kovacs Endowed Chair at the Henry Ford Hospital and Health Network in Detroit. Manny has always strived to advance the practice of nuclear radiology. Early in his career, his contributions to the Society of Nuclear Medicine and the American College of Nuclear Physicians played a significant role in advancing the status of radiologists when many other physicians were skeptical of the specialty. He probably didn't realize when he first began serving the ACR that he would become a part of a small group of radiology leaders who would champion nuclear radiology and new modalities such as PET MRI as they emerged to change the face of medicine. His work on the ACR's practice guidelines for nuclear radiology examinations and other educational materials have advanced the public's perception of radiologists' role in both nuclear radiology and molecular imaging. Some say Manny's biggest impact on radiology comes from his dedicated committee work and leadership roles in the ACR. During his time as chair of the Commission of Nuclear Medicine while sitting on ACR's Board of Chancellors, he doggedly pursued greater unity between the community of nuclear medicine and the diagnostic radiologists who practice it, rightly insisting that respective training programs needed revision to achieve that goal. Manny has been described by those closest to him as the person they will always consider a mentor, regardless of current title or position. He has been dubbed the chair we all want to work for, and known as a rock you can always turn to for sound advice on how to handle difficult situations. A common theme for Manny is that he constantly encourages young radiologists to participate in organized radiology and nuclear medicine organizations, and does so leading by example. Manny is an ACR Fellow, has been recognized as one of the best doctors in America, is a gold medal winner from the Michigan Radiological Society, and holds an ABR Distinguished Service Medal. Those who have worked with him over the years say a quiet humility and respect for the profession underlie his impressive achievements in nuclear radiology. Based on these achievements and his many other contributions and leadership, it is my pleasure to award the ACR Gold Medal Award to Dr. Emanuel Brown.
Thank you, President Brink. Members of the Council, fellow ACR members, families, and guests. I'm going to quote Bib Allen, my friend, in saying, wow. It's an extraordinary feeling standing up here and looking out and see my fellow radiology colleagues, our new fellows, members of the radiology resident and fellow section, members of the senior and retired section, medical students, family and friends. Well, I want to begin by thanking Dr. Allen for starting the nomination process for me, my colleagues who supported the nomination for this awesome award, the awards committee for recommending me for this award, and of course the Board of Chancellors for granting me the American College of Radiology Gold Medal. I am enormously honored and humbled at the same time to be selected for this recognition from my friends and colleagues in our college. This is truly the high point of my career. I'll take a moment to discuss gratitude, if I may. The words gratitude and grateful have similar origins in the Latin gratus, meaning pleasing or thankful. Gratitude is a noun and describes a state of feeling appreciativeness. Grateful is similar, being an adjective. It's a feeling or showing an appreciation of kindness. but there's a difference between feeling grateful and gratitude. Feeling grateful is a response to a benefit. Gratitude is and should be a way of life. I feel grateful for many things in my life. I am blessed to have become a physician, and specifically a radiologist. I am grateful to have a career where I am able to help our patients and our colleagues and their patients. I am grateful for the joy of working with all of my many colleagues in radiology and the wonderful opportunity to train bright, young women and men. Gratitude is to appreciate what we have and what is valuable and meaningful to ourselves. Gratitude is a conscious state of thankfulness and appreciation. There are strategies that can be used to enhance feelings of gratitude, such as journaling, things that you're grateful for, thinking about someone with whom you're grateful for, meditating on gratitude, and every evening before you go to sleep, simply think of the positive things that have happened to you during the day and things that you are grateful for. According to Dr. Robert Emmons, there are two components of gratitude. One is to start with the acknowledgement of goodness within one's life. These include elements that not only make life just worth living, but that add richness in texture and detail. A sunny day, flowering trees in the spring, the quiet of a snowy day, beautiful clouds, majestic mountains, a babbling brook. And second is the recognition that some of the sources of goodness lie outside of ourselves. It can relate to other people, the environment, animals, to the world, but not to oneself. The famous physician Albert Schweitzer once said, "Gratitude helps us believe in the goodness of the world and strengthens us thereby to do what is good." I'm going to end this little section with a quote from Tagore, a famous Indian writer, essayist, composer, and playwright from the late 1800s and early 20th century, who said, "I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy." You can and should be grateful for all our college does for us and our specialty. You can and should have gratitude for being able to serve our college, because service to our college is joy. It's risky to try to identify specific individuals who have influenced one's career, and I know I'll leave out some important people. For me, it started way back in the 3rd grade with my science teacher, Mrs. Hoskins. My high school English teacher, Mr. Voisin, helped me with language, and the many wonderful radiologists I have worked through for my career, Drs. Ted Van Zandt, Dr. John Keyes, Dr. Jim Thrall, Dr. Heinz Vonner, Dr. Glenn Hartman, Dr. Bob Hattery, Dr. Michael Federley, and Dr. Richard Barron. And there are the leaders of our college, which I will just name a few: Drs. Neiman, Guy Barteau, Van Moore, Thrall, Hillman, Ellenbogen, Patty, and Allen. Again, just to name a few. And of course, most important to me has always been family. There's my sister and best friend, Lori Brown, and her husband, Eric Keller, who couldn't be here today. The joys of our life, our sons Nick and David, with our wonderful grandson, Cooper, who is here today. Unfortunately, Cooper's mom, Darcel, could not make it. And there are my parents, Al and Addie Brown, who are looking down and have enormous smiles on their face. And Loretta, my wife, my partner, and with whom this journey would not have been worthwhile. She has allowed me, encouraged me, often pushed me, and always supported me in my career and efforts in our college. Loretta, I love you so much. Thank you, my dear. And thank you all very much for the opportunity to work with this wonderful organization and with you all. Thank you.
want to personally take this opportunity to express my thanks and appreciation to all the spouses, families, and guests here tonight for this special event. Your understanding and commitment to all of us during the years that we have served our organizations and profession make you true partners in advancing our professions of radiology and the care we provide our patients. On behalf of all of us, thank you for your support. This has been truly an inspiring evening. We are fortunate to live and work in a country that gives us the freedom to develop, learn, and share the innovations that help us constantly improve the care we provide our patients. In recognition and appreciation for all that we enjoy, I ask everyone to please stand and raise your voices by joining our guest vocalist, Cindy Carilla, in singing God Bless America. After singing, please remain standing for the benediction.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Before closing this convocation, let us return our thoughts again to the source of our inspiration and our service, our Maker. Rabbi Sarah Krinsky will now lead us in the benediction.
We close with words from the book of Psalms. Vihi noam Adonai Eloheinu aleinu uma'aseh yadenu konena aleinu uma'aseh yadenu konenehu. May the peace of the Lord our God be with us. May the work of our hands last beyond us, and may the work of our hands be lasting. This, O God, is our prayer to you today as our sacred gathering concludes. As we leave this convocation, spirits lifted and faith restored, may our hands be blessed with strength to do good. As we live out our professional lives, hearts open and direction clear, may our impact be great and may our work endure. And as we move through the world, vessels for your holy work, may we and all we encounter find peace. Amen.
I ask the guests to be seated until the recessional is completed. I invite everyone to join me immediately following this convocation to attend the special reception honoring our new fellows, Distinguished Achievement Awardee, Honorary Fellows, and Gold Medalists. This convocation is adjourned. Thank you.